Non-touristy spots in London I would recommend to non-Londoners. Let's get straight into it. First off the bat, Store Street. It's 5 minutes away from Oxford Street. It's so central, but it's so much more quiet. It has Treadwell Books, which is so famous for its esoteric literature, anything to do with magic. You have in-store tarot readings. You then have Iris Avenue, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite beauty salons. It has a bar, it's dog friendly. Great time for me to plug that if you are a private member at the Rhubarb Society, you get a discount and you get to order from the secret menu. And then next door to that, you have the Life Goddess, which is some of the most amazing Greek food. A few doors down from that, you have Honey & Co. Amazing, amazing baked goods. This whole street is filled with tiny little gems. You're 5 minutes away from Oxford Street and you're also 5 minutes away from the British Museum. Next place I would recommend is St James's. It's a very small area, basically, in Westminster. If you go too far one way, it gets very, very touristy because you have the main Piccadilly strip where you have Fortnum's. I would recommend going to Maison Asseline, which is an amazing bookstore. And they have Swan's Bar in the middle, which is this bar here. Really, really cool. Also dog friendly. I then recommend walking around to Berry Bros, which is an amazing wine shop. As Christie's, you can walk in and have a look at all of the art. I don't think a lot of people know that. There's tons of fine dining options. I really like going to Jermyn Street and going to Franco's. And then across the way you have Davidoff. Also a very, very small cigar store around the corner called C.Gar, literally a cigar, and you can smoke in there and you can sample. Opposite the Royal Academy of Arts, which is also free to enter. You can walk around St James Square, which is famous for Chatham House. If you've heard of Chatham House rules, there are loads of members clubs there. It's quite a fun space to just people watch, to be honest. And then you're surrounded by St James Park and Green Park, and you can walk off all of your food and your drink. So whilst you're in the centre of a very touristy area, that whole bit doesn't feel touristy. And one of my other favourite places is in Holland Park. It's the Kyoto Garden. It's such a gem that I feel like so many people don't know about. Incredibly beautiful, amazing to walk around. You can also take a look at the Dutch Garden inside Holland Park. You're a really short walk away from the Design Museum. You're also a very short walk away from the main high street where there are tons of restaurants. And then if you're feeling extra nosy, Kensington Palace Gardens is a really, really famous street. It's called Billionaires Row. There are loads of embassies there. It's basically this beautiful sort of tree-lined road that takes you from Notting Hill Gate to Kensington High Street. You can walk down it and just look at all the massive houses. I'm also going to take this time to remind you that I have a full dog-friendly London guide on the Rhubarb Society, which is my business, my website, my members club. But also a big part of having an online members club is members are always asking each other for recommendations. So if you want anything in particular, this is such an untapped resource, and it's basically started as all of my followers coming together to make this community, which is so great. To keep everything very private and secure, this chat room function is for private members of the Rhubarb Society only. But because lots of you have been asking for a free trial to see if you like the community before you join, if you apply for membership at the Rhubarb Society and you use the code CLUBHOUSE, you'll get your first month free. So come join us there and ask all of the questions and give all of the advice.